Duh, Lanny's in the building. Hello and good evening to you. Bill the Great. What's up, Bill the Great? How we doing today? Hey, where are you guys scoping in from? Kendall's in the building. Gotta Harad. What's up, man? Hey, thanks so much for joining. What's up, buddy? How are you today? Any highlights? Come on. I know you guys already know. You hop into my scope. I'm going to ask you, what is the highlight of your day? Hey, what's up, Kendall? How you doing today? What's been the highlight? Come on. But coach, I don't know if there's any. Come on, you got like 50 highlights, right? Just give me one. Just give me one. Just give me one. Come on, man. Think it through. I know something good happened today, but I can't find it. I don't just find it, right? Find it. There's always something good. I lost my best friend's sister. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that, and obviously that's not a highlight. Do you mean like physically lost or relationship-wise? Hey, thanks so much for being here, guys. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go quick today because my dog wants to hang out with me. Relationship lost. Okay, all right. And is that a good thing for you? Is it not a good thing? Because I don't know if I should celebrate. I mean, I know I asked for the highlight. I don't know if that's a highlight to you. I don't know if it's a low light. It's not a highlight. Gotcha. Well, I'm praying for you, and if it's meant to be, then that relationship will be restored, and God will mend the wounds, and He'll restore it back to its original design. Yeah, and I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do, because you're a loving person, right? So what's meant to be is meant to be, and what's not meant to be is not what's meant to be. So I believe that God's going to turn it around. If that's what you desire, you just got to keep praying through it, believing God for it. And also look at the situation, and but it's her loss though. Okay, great. That's a great attitude. I think a highlight is scoring 8 points in basketball against the big guys in my school. Cool, but I love it. I appreciate it. All right, guys, seriously, I'm going to go about 10 minutes strong. So all the comments, just kind of hold off towards the end, and then we'll do a little Q&A for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'm going to get out of here. So just so you know, for those of you catching this on the replay, my name's David, and I'm a coach. I'm a motivational speaker. I love speaking in people's lives and encouraging them and empowering them and inspiring them to live a better life than what they're living. And so I've been doing this now for 7 years. I'm obsessed with the idea of helping people win in life, in every area of their life, not just business, not just personal, not just professional. Great. You'll be back? Awesome. Sounds great. So I just want to say thank you so much for being here. You guys are awesome. Clearly, I can't do what I do without you. But the fact that you are here tonight, I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. So today's topic is one of my personal favorites because this is all about borrowing brilliance. Dave, that's a great topic, great title. What do you mean by that? Well, 2.5 years ago, I was managing a hotel in Beverly Hills called Sir Taj Hotel, Beverly Hills. And as I was managing this hotel, this guy walks in the building because, you know, Beverly Hills, you get all these celebrity people coming in, high-profile people, business professionals, walking in the building, athletes, professional athletes coming in. Butterscotch, thanks for joining. We're talking about borrowing brilliance today, and I'm sharing a personal story how when I used to manage a hotel in Beverly Hills, you had a bunch of high-profile people coming in, walking in, and there was this one guy who came in, and I knew, like, this guy looks familiar. Like, I don't know who he is, I don't know where I seen him from, but he looks familiar. And so he sits down, and I asked him if I can assist him, how can I help him? I was a hotel manager at the time for a couple years. And he looks at me, he goes, I think I'm okay. You know what? Yeah, can I get a drink? I said, sure, what would you like? So I got him a drink. And come to find out, his name's David Murray. And he wrote a book called Borrowing Brilliance. And that's where I got the title. And it's so interesting because he goes, hey, you know what? I have a book for you. I think you'll enjoy it. Jamie Noel's in the building. What's up, Jamie? Long time no talk, long time no see. I hope that you are doing amazing. Tonight, we're talking about how to borrow brilliance from other people. Because I think in order to get ahead in life, good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're doing great. I'm doing phenomenal. Lots of great things going on. That's why I haven't been on Scope all that much. But I'm making a comeback. People are hitting me up on Twitter and Instagram like, yo, where you been, man? I could use some daily encouragement, motivation, inspiration. So Brazilian, what's up, Brazilian? Thanks for being here. So I'm managing this hotel in Beverly Hills for 2 years. And this guy walks in. When are you up in a LA next? Huh? I'm always in LA. Hey, coach, I got a Kung Fu class. So cool, buddy. Hey, take care. Have fun in your Kung Fu class in LA. Cool. I mean, I'm only about 45 minutes from LA, so at any point, if you want to connect, Let's do it. What about you? Hi, Coach. I saw on Tanya's page and decided to follow you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me. I'm David. I'm 27. I'm a personal coach to a lot of people, and I'm also a motivational speaker. I love just DM me. Cool. Let's do it. But staying here for about 5 minutes, we're going to talk about borrowing brilliance and how this can impact your life as much as it's impacted mine. So first of all, thanks so much for being here. Greatly, truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Clearly, you do not have to be here, but the fact that you are here, Raph, Jacob, what's up, buddy? It means a lot to me, so thank you. So I was managing a hotel in Beverly Hills for 2.5 years called Sir Taj Hotel Beverly Hills. And this, a bunch of high-profile people coming in, celebrity people coming in. Hey, good day to you. How are you? Thanks so much for the follow. I just got your follow notification. And I want to ask you questions about the John Maxwell, because that's something that I am thinking about doing, so I think you'd be the perfect person. If we're talking about borrowing brilliance, you would be the perfect person to have a conversation with. So I look forward to connecting with you. Nice jacket, Coach. Cool. I got it from my wife's job. I like it. It's simple. It's basic. And great. Yes. So I'll be looking forward to connecting with you soon. So borrowing brilliance, guys. Listen, we were not meant to do life by ourselves. We were not meant to go through life solo, right? We were meant to go through life needing each other, right? Doing life together. And I was managing a hotel in Beverly Hills for 2.5 years, and this guy comes in, walks in the building, and I greeted him, and I'm like, you look familiar, right? In my head, I'm thinking that, right? I'm like, this guy looks familiar. Who is he? And I'm sitting down. I said, how can I help you? He said, I love a drink. I said, I'd be happy to get you a drink. So I get him a drink. We start conversing, building relationship, building rapport. And he's like, you know what, David, I got a great book for you. I think you'll like it. It's my own book. I said, what is it called? He said, Borrowing Brilliance. I'm like, that's a brilliant title. I said, what is it about? He's like, it's all about needing each other. And that's how I became successful. And I thought, interesting. Because in today's society, it's all about grind, 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 grind. I'm going to do what I got to do. You do what you got to do. But I'm going to just do me, right? Instead of outsourcing, instead of being resourceful with your resources and maximizing your relationships, right, to your advantage and to the advantage of those around you, that's what borrowing brilliance is all about. Listen, I don't know everything. I'm far from being, full capacity of knowledge and experiences. So I want to borrow that from other people. If I don't know something, I'm going to ask. If I want to be somewhere where somebody currently is in their life, then I want to follow their lead. And so I understand that we have to, and for me at least, I have to leave, sorry, but I'll be sure to watch your next broadcast. You're the man. Jacob, you're the man, buddy. Appreciate you for being here. Thank you very much. And so we're having this dialogue back and forth. And when we started talking about the idea of borrowing brilliance, I'm like, who am I fooling? Like, who am I fooling, right? Like, I can't do this by myself. I have these dreams that I'm accomplishing, these goals that I'm after, they are so much bigger than me. And I thought that I got this. Like, I could totally do this by myself. I don't need nobody. And it was a bunch of pride, really. It was a bunch of like self-centeredness that I just had to get over. And it was frustrating because I'm like, man, I'm not where I want to be, but I know I'm not where I used to be, but I can be a lot further along in my goals and dreams and in my finances. And I wasn't. In the epiphany for me when I read that book, just the title of the book, I didn't even read the book, I just read the title. I'm like, that is what's missing in my life. I need to start borrowing brilliance from other people. If I don't know something, I need to start asking. And asking is one of the most healthiest things that you can do. But David, I don't want to ask. I don't want to make it seem like I don't know. Listen, that's what borrowing brilliance is all about, right? And I'm sure in your life, you felt at one point that you can do it all by yourself, that you don't need nobody. But if I were to tell you, if I were to drop you in the middle of nowhere, right? Location, geographically speaking, if I were to drop you in the middle of nowhere and you are lost, but you see a gas station about a mile away, right? And you drive or you walk to the gas station, will you not even think to inquire and to ask somebody at the register, hey, where am I? Hey, how do I get back? I'm trying to go here. I don't know where I'm at. How do I get there? Right? So I mean, I at least I would ask, because I'm trying to get back to where I was originally. I'm trying to go somewhere in life. So I need to ask for directions. I need to ask permission to allow them to give me instruction so I can get to where I need to get to. I need knowledge. I need the experiences. I need the know-how. I need the questions asked to help me self-assess and to help me think through my situation in a creative and productive and healthy way so that I can go out and do what I'm supposed to be doing, but I cannot do that by myself. We can't, guys. Like the day of you thinking that you can do it by yourself, like there's a lot that we can do by ourselves, right? There's a lot that we can control. And so best believe that that's what we're doing. We're grinding every day, right? We're sharpening our craft every day. We're clocking in and checking in, you know, when we're trying to develop and improve our business acumen, you know, our relationships, our spiritual life, our finances. Like, yes, there's intentionality. Yes, there's a deliberate focus on what we're after. And so there's a lot that we can do and without a community, but within the community of people that we're able to reach out to, man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful just what can happen if you just borrowed brilliance. If you just thought and wondered, man, what if I just asked that person a couple questions because I need the knowledge? What if I just ask that person if I could have 30 minutes of their time and just pick their brain? What if I went on YouTube and or if I went on Google and searched out the questions? You're borrowing brilliance from somewhere, right? The knowledge that you have and the experiences that you've gained has not just been a byproduct of you just going out there and doing it by yourself. No, it's been a byproduct of you inquiring and asking, hey, can you help me? Hey, I don't know this. Can you? Right? So it's all about borrowing brilliance, guys. In order for you to get to where you want to get to, in order for you to become who you're destined to become, who God has created you to become, and what has God created you to do, you got to go out and you got to ask, and you got to be humble enough to know that you don't got all the answers, that you don't got all the solutions, right? So in the context of communities, absolutely great leaders ask great questions, and it's all about asking great questions. Right? So if we were here having a conversation with each other and I'm asking you a couple questions to think through your situation, then I'm empowering you and saying, I believe in the solution that's inside you. So I'm going to ask and I'm going to inquire because you carry the results. And then therefore, I'm not responsible for your results. You're responsible because you're going to go out there and you're going to apply the solution that was within. My job is to simply draw it out. Well, how do you draw out solutions from people, right? You draw them out from listening and asking questions and helping them move progressively towards their goals, right? So when I have a conversation with people, it's not just a conversation. We're not sitting around having a powwow, right? We are conversing about what their next step is. We are thinking through solutions and strategies on how to better their life, their goal, their dream, their finances, their personal life, their professional life, their spiritual life, whatever, right? So I just want to tell you guys today that just start borrowing brilliance, guys. Just start borrowing brilliance. Just humble yourself tonight. And whatever you don't know, ask. Whatever you want to know, inquire. Whatever you don't know, like, it's okay that you don't know. And that's the first step, right? AA classes, I appreciate that. The Alcoholics Anonymous, what do they say? They have these 12 steps. So the first step is, hi, my name is David, and I admit I got a problem. Right? We got to, listen, I think the biggest problem of the human society is that we think we know it all. We think we know it all. And therefore, we find ourselves chasing our tail like, man, this is supposed to be a little easier, right? Well, the ticket out of that, of your pride, is humility. Humility is not so much thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less, right? And thinking about how can I surround myself with people that are sharp in areas where I'm dull, that are skillful in areas that I'm not as skillful in. But David, that's going to be uncomfortable. That's uncomfortable to get around people who are so competent where I'm not competent. Listen, that is all about borrowing brilliance, right? Adding value to others, absolutely. Absolutely. Here's the thing, like, in order to borrow brilliance, in order to seek it out, because there's a well on the inside of you, right? There's so much deposited on the inside of you, and there's so much deposited on the inside of the people around you, and your job and their job is just to draw it out. And yes, creating value for people, creating value, serving others, being a blessing, right? Being a person that is actively involved in somebody's life and saying, listen, if I'm your friend, like, then your life is always going to continue to go to the next level. And that's what I always tell my friends. Like, the fact that I'm in your life, you are lucky and you're blessed. And the fact that you're in my life makes me so blessed, makes me so lucky, because I can't find another person like you that does what you do and does it as well as you do it. Right? So borrowing brilliance, it's all about the idea of just asking and inquiring and gaining the perspective and the information that you need in order to get to the next level. And I believe if you begin to borrow brilliance from other people, your breakthrough just might be in the fact that you would humble yourself and ask and allow your community of people who love you, who are there to support you and to see you go to the next level in life, in the professional world, in your finances, in your relationships, in your spiritual life. They are there to help aid you and help guide you to the next step, right? For me, as much as I'm a life coach to so many people, in January, I decided, David, you need a life coach, bro. Like, there's so many dreams and there's so many goals that you have, and you're very ambitious and you're such a dreamer. But that's great. But your challenge is your inability to execute because you have so many things going on around you, right? And so if your kryptonite is that, if your biggest crutch is the fact that you get distracted by secondary activity, then you got to hire a coach to help you stay focused. So you got to borrow that brilliance. You got to help. Absolutely, right? Every leader has a leader. Every coach needs a coach. Every pastor has a pastor. So I'm a pastor. Like, I love to help people grow closer to Christ, right? Like, I love that. You can't get that out of me. It's my values, right? And so, but at the same time, like, I'm also a coach. So that's what makes me very unique and very different from other coaches, is I'm not just a practical dude. Yes, a lot of what I do is very practical, but a lot of what I do is very spiritual at the same time. And so I hired a coach. Where is your church? I go to a church in LA called Hillsong. It's a pretty big church in Australia, and they have a church plant in LA. So that's where I go. I love it, and I don't get to attend as much as I'd like to. But that's kind of that's where my heart's at. When my schedule allows me to be able to go on a consistent basis with my wife, then we'll make that officially our home church. Powerful worship, absolutely. I mean, that's another scope in itself. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. And before I do, I just want to tell you guys that I love you. I appreciate you. And if you don't know something, simply ask around, guys. Like, just ask around. Ask around. There is nothing wrong with asking. But David, if I ask, that's showing that I'm weak. What does it? It's showing that you are so secure in yourself and you're so confident in who you are that you realize that there's a need in your life that needs to get met. I don't know what that need is, but go seek it out. Go and find it. There's a scripture that comes to mind, and it said a man of understanding is like a man. What is the scripture I'm trying to think of right now? A man of understanding, it's like deep waters, right? He goes deep and he searches out the deep waters, the knowledge, right? So sometimes you just got to go deep into your life and begin to look within and say, man, like what area do you need to improve? Like, who do you need to ask? Like, what new knowledge do you need to gain? What experience do you need? What information will change your situation? I believe information changes situations, but I believe revelation transforms lives. Yeah, I'm all about information, but information without application is nothing. You can have all the information, all the knowledge in the world, and we can sing Kumbaya, and we get all fired up after the scope, but the reality is if you're not applying this to your life, then that's all it is, just a feel good. Oh, it makes me feel good. It inspired me for the moment. Listen, I'm not here to inspire as much as that's what I love doing. I'm not here to motivate. That's as much as I love motivating people. I'm here to empower you to live a better life than what you're living. And in order to empower somebody, you got to believe in you. You got to believe in that person, right? So I believe in you. I say go forth and conquer. It is time to borrow brilliance. I believe that you are brilliant enough to begin to borrow brilliance from other people. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for following. Thanks so much for your support. I could not do this without you. You're absolutely welcome. And please, you did add me, I believe, on Periscope, but I think we're following each other also on Instagram, or no, on Twitter. So reach out to me on Twitter, and I just have a couple questions for you because, again, I'm trying to borrow brilliance, and you carry the brilliance that I'm looking for. And I love that, right? It's all about needing each other. And somebody told me one time, David, you have awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you making yourself available to me. And somebody said one time, hey, David, like, you seem to have all the answers. And I said, actually, that's far from the truth. But what makes me great is that I'm not ashamed to ask. I'm not. I'm not ashamed to just look within the community of people that I've established, the relationships. Have a good night, brother. Thanks so much for coming in. And say, hey, listen, I got a tool in my shed that's not as sharp as your tool. And I realize your tool is very sharp. And mine's is dull. So is it cool if we hang out? And some people would say, but David, like, you're comfortable with that? No, I'm not comfortable with approaching somebody in an area where I'm weak and they're strong, but I'm comfortable with being uncomfortable. And because I'm comfortable with being uncomfortable, it has allowed me to gain the knowledge and the experience and the wisdom in order to accomplish the goals and dreams that I have for my life. So some of you need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And if you don't know something, ask. Stop trying to do it by yourself. The days of being a lone ranger is over. But the days of utilizing your resources and the people around you and the relationships, today is the day to ask. And today is the day to borrow brilliance. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Don't forget to follow me. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's the same thing as my Periscope handle, at Coach David Solomon. One is too small, a number to gain. Absolutely. Totally agree with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can also follow me on Twitter, Coach_Solomon. And if you care to check out my website, you're more than welcome to. Let me know if you like it. It's CoachDavidSolomon.com. And if you want to try out my coaching, you're more than welcome to. It's a $100 value, absolutely yours for free. And you get an hour with me, and we talk about your life and what's important to you. And how can we accomplish that? How can we get a vision for your life? And what is the plan to that vision? And how can you execute that plan? And so you can try it out for free. Go to CoachDavidSolomon.com. You'll see a white button. It'll say try it out for free. You're more than welcome to try it out. And the cool thing is if it's a good fit, cool, we can continue. If it's not a good fit, if you get no value from it, then hey, the least that you walk away with is a master action plan and a goal statement to help you get started. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the hearts. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for all your support. I can't do what I do without you. So it's time to start borrowing brilliance. I love you guys. Take care.